Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that could be. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex.
Welcome to your Imaginal Self, bringing you inspiration on transformation.
So, sexual energy, our culture has really gone pretty astray from balance around sexuality. I've been studying Tantra yoga quite a bit lately, and something that I've discovered why it's so fascinating about it is that practice is super deep. It is so much more than sexuality. Our Western world really focuses, when you think of Tantra yoga, you're like, ooh, Kama Sutra, sexuality, spirituality with your sexuality. And yes, that's a segment of it, but Tantra really is a whole body of such depth. You can study it for years on out. And a lot of it focuses on not having any parts of, like embracing the wholeness of yourself, not just the light, happy, beautiful parts that we show to others, but it's like the depth of all of that we are, and really connecting to the divine within everything within ourselves. So, our culture, our Western world culture, focuses on the sexuality aspect because we've been indoctrinated to sort of suppress it. It's been shamed. It's been, with specifically with like Christian indoctrination, it's been demonized. And it creates all kinds of different diseases and neuroses and ways that people, when they have repressed sexual energy, they don't feel like it's normal and safe and beautiful to have sexuality. It comes out in all kinds of different perversions. And I find it kind of interesting why people are so like afraid of marriage or commitment, because this Christian indoctrination attempts to like wrangle this unbridled force of energy and just kind of like stifle it and box it in and contain it and be like, this is what it's supposed to look like. Tie the little bow and package it up, and you guys are just gonna be in love forever. And the two of you are gonna contain yourself. And yes, there are practices that you can do things, but most people are not trained that stuff. And so no wonder that so many marriages are failing to this loss of this desire and craving and fun, because they've boxed in and they've literally put themselves in captivity. And there's no fun in captivity. Like, you don't have fun in captivity. And so it makes sense why people are so resistant against marriage and commitment. On the opposite end of this spectrum, right, the sexuality spectrum, you have just like wild, crazy, insane sex that's just like anything goes, and whoever just like fucking anything and everything. And so you have this literally spectrum. This Dr. Kinsey, I believe it was, talked about this spectrum of sexuality, right, from just like super repressed to super open and wild. Oh my gosh, you guys, as I talk to you, this wild giant iguana is walking up to me. Talk about like serpent, reptilian energy. Total side note. Hey guys. Oh yeah. All right, well, that was interesting. I think it's really appropriate actually to have a lizard reptilian energy, because if you think about our evolution as a species, the reason why you exist in this plane, in this earth right now, is because of primal desires of your ancestors. And if you believe in evolution, from the lizard, like back in the day, from like primal just need to procreate. And so I feel like that's actually really appropriate, because if we're trying to stifle, if religion and certain practices are trying to stifle and repress and shun and shame certain in like just natural energy within us, I feel like that's actually really manipulative and extremely dangerous, and just it creates a lot of dysfunction and neuroses and health problems for people. So I want to just like talk to you guys about this and start really having this conversation, because I feel like sexual energy is beautiful, powerful energy that we can channel in all kinds of different ways, right? So there's this book that I've been reading called The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida. And he has this chapter that talks about how, you know, a man will see a beautiful woman and he'll feel like activated, right? Ooh, like damn. And then he'll want to possess the object, the muse, the object of his inspiration. And I think that's really interesting to talk about this concept of the muse, things that activate you and activate your, specifically sexually. They could activate you creatively, all kinds of different ways, right? But when something activates you sexually, there's this like desire, like, oh my gosh, I have to possess that. I have to own that. Like that's like so precious because that's where it's got to come from, right? And so we grasp and we cling and we that kind of energy, and it's really unattractive, especially if the person is not feeling reciprocal in their desires, right? Then you need to freaking back off. And what it's actually illuminating for you, and what David Deida is kind of saying is like, this energy is yours. This activation energy is yours. So the muse, you can say, thank you, muse, like maybe out loud, maybe not, but like, thank you, muse, for activating me. I'm really appreciative. Like, maybe don't say that to a woman, because especially if she's not feeling like, she might get a little creeped out by you. But close your eye, just bless her. Like, thank you, beautiful being, for having, like, just shining your light in the world. And then inside you're like, oh, fuck yeah, this activation is happening within me. It's mine. The muse jumps from all kinds of different inspirations and things, right? Like, I have a friend that's like really activated by waterfalls. I have friends that are activated by like King Triton. I don't know. It's like, people have all sorts of different things. Some people are activated by spanking and whipping and who the fuck knows. But so the muse and inspiration can be all kinds of things, sometimes kind of weird, kind of quirky, kind of interesting. Not always your significant partner, right? It's not always your significant partner. And so what you can do with this energy when it's activated, you just say, thank you. Wow, okay, I feel it. It's activated inside me. Now, where do I want to channel this energy? Do I want to channel it back into my partnership? Do I want to channel it into my creative endeavors? Do I want to channel it into dancing, to health? There's all kinds of different ways where you can channel that sexual energy, right? It doesn't have to always come from your partner, and it doesn't always have to go to your partner. If you are practicing, and it is a practice, monogamy is a practice, just like yoga is a practice, it's something that you keep showing up to repeatedly over and over and over on the mat, right? You keep showing up in your marriage, is this practice. Well, now you get to practice bringing whatever inspiration you gain from the outside world back into channeling it into your partnership and into your marriage. And if you're single and exploring whatever you're exploring, be wise with where you channel your energy. Don't be so leaky and graspy and like just creating dysfunction in your life and in other people's lives. Like, be responsible with your sexual energy. It's powerful, it's potent, and I get it. It can be unbridled, wildly untamed, which is why it's caused so many stories and throughout the ages of dramas of the human existence. But I find it really fascinating, and it's something that I want to talk to you guys more about. I would love to hear your feedback, like comment what you want to know more about, like how I can expand upon this topic, because it's something that I'm super passionate about and I want to talk about. You know, I've been talking about all kinds of different things that are in the shadows of our psyche, whether it's like with plant medicines or certain emotions, and sexuality is one of those emotions that's been shunned in the shadows, and I want to bring it out to the light because it's so beautiful and natural and such a incredible way to explore being incarnated in this vessel of a body. Why not have fun with it, you know? And as a woman too, specifically, we've had so much, and men too, we've just had so much perversion about our education around this topic. And so I think it's really important to spread the good word about sex. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, stay tuned, you guys. Share your perspectives, follow my YouTube channel, follow my Facebook. Let's stay connected. I will share more, and I'm super excited to see what you guys think about this topic. How do you channel your sexual energy? That's what I want to know. All right, much love. Mwah. Bye, guys.
She's
Thanks for tuning in today. For more inspiration on transformation, go to imaginalself.com. Till next time, my friend, keep vision questing and manifesting your magic.
How sexy is this mango?